Max Verstappen has lost all respect for George Russell after the Mercedes driver actively pushed for a penalty against him. The Red Bull star was hit with a rare one-place grid drop for driving unnecessarily slowly during qualifying, but Verstappen voiced out his anger, accusing his rival of going to extraordinary lengths to ensure the penalty was imposed. Let's get to the bottom of it. Tensions flared as George Russell narrowly avoided a collision with Max Verstappen during a slow lap, with the Dutchman trailing the equally slow-moving Fernando Alonso. The stewards placed the blame squarely on Verstappen, handing him a penalty for the incident. The Dutchman explained his side of the story, saying, "I didn't want to screw anyone over to prepare their lap. By doing that, being nice, basically you get a penalty. That's what I tried to explain as well. But I just felt like I was talking to a brick wall. There's not much that was possible for whatever reason. I think I really spoke about valid reasons of what happened, and it was clear-cut that around me there were different scenarios going on as well, with people having colder tyres and stuff." What truly irked Verstappen, however, was Russell's role in the drama. The reigning champion didn't hold back, remarking that he'd never seen anyone trying to screw someone over that hard. "I was quite surprised when sitting there in the steward's room with what was all going on," he told media after his win in Qatar. "Honestly, very disappointing, because I think we're all here. We respect each other a lot, and of course, I've been in that meeting room many times in my life and my career with people that I've raced, and I've never seen someone trying to screw someone over that hard. That for me, I lost all respect for Russell. Yes, I just thought it was ridiculous how he foisted a penalty on me. And I was already heavily pissed for that as well." Reacting to the penalty, Max Verstappen expressed disbelief over the decision but admitted he wasn't shocked. The Red Bull driver commented with a mix of frustration and resignation. "Honestly, I couldn't believe that I got it, but in a way I was also like, I'm not surprised anymore in the world that I live in," the four-time world champion said. "So yeah, you're not happy with it, but at one point also you have to just turn the page. But it wasn't very enjoyable to see that happen because I think that's the first time that in the slow lap someone has been penalized. I just tried to be nice, so maybe I shouldn't be nice. But I was being nice. Because we are at the end of the season. Everything is more or less decided. Especially for me, I didn't want to screw anyone over to prepare their lap. So very, very surprising." And when asked if he's given Russell an earful yet, this was Verstappen's answer. "Not for a while yet. But you know what the thing is? He always acts very nicely here in front of the camera, but then when you're sitting there in person with him, he's just a different person. And I can't stand that. Then you better just f***ing off, because I don't need to talk anything out with you." George Russell, on the other hand, remained silent on the controversy, choosing instead to focus on his puzzling performance at the Qatar Grand Prix. Despite a late promotion to pole position, Russell struggled to capitalise on the opportunity, ultimately finishing a frustrating fourth and leaving himself questioning what went wrong. "I mean, this sport is just so funny how it swings so quickly," Russell said. "Friday was a great day. Saturday, pace in the sprint was arguably equal quickest, qualified second, and then today, bad start. Pace was nowhere." Both George Russell and teammate Lewis Hamilton voiced frustrations over team radio during the Qatar Grand Prix, lamenting the car's lack of responsiveness. Russell, in particular, struggled on hard tyres he described as unsuitable for the conditions. Reflecting on his fourth-place finish, Russell admitted that P4 is probably a flattering result for what they deserved. Nevertheless, the Mercedes driver is shifting focus to the season finale in Abu Dhabi, a race he predicts will bring its own set of challenges and surprises. He said, "I think it's just so close with the top four teams at the moment. Even in qualifying, there's only 2/10 between the front row and the third row. You only need to get it very slightly wrong to lose out on a lot of positions. I'm still going to take a lot of positives from this weekend. We just need to analyse what happened today. But what about after Abu Dhabi?" Big changes are coming for Mercedes as they bid farewell to Lewis Hamilton in 2025. After 3 seasons playing second fiddle to one of Formula One's all-time greats, Russell is set to take on the role of number 1 driver for the Silver Arrows next season. But there's a potential twist that could throw a wrench in Russell's plans next year. Having already surpassed his personal best with 2 wins this season, the British driver will need to elevate his performance further if he hopes to position Mercedes as a serious contender in the title race next season. George Russell's long-term future at Mercedes is far from a sure thing, with the British driver averaging 1 win per season since joining the team. Despite now being the senior driver and Kimi Antonelli's arrival on the horizon, Mercedes has yet to lock down Russell's services for the long haul. One might expect the team, once a dominant force in F1, to rush to secure their experienced driver's future. But with both Mercedes drivers currently on one-year contracts for the 2025 season, it's clear that the team is keeping its options open. This situation casts doubt on Russell's standing within the team, signalling that Mercedes might be looking for a more established name for 2026. Among the rumoured targets, none other than Max Verstappen. The possibility of Max Verstappen joining Mercedes in 2025 is a worrying possibility for George Russell, particularly Toto Wolff, Toto's clear admiration for the four-time world champion. Toto has openly acknowledged having discussions with Verstappen during the summer and didn't completely rule out the move, commenting that the likelihood was not zero. Although Verstappen is under contract with Red Bull until 2028, he has hinted at the possibility of leaving early, whether through retirement or a switch to another team. Amid ongoing speculation linking him to Mercedes, Verstappen confirmed this summer that he would stay with Red Bull for at least the upcoming season. "I think I've said this before. I mean, naturally, of course, people are talking," he said in June. "But it's most important just that we have a very competitive car for the future. At the moment, of course, it's very tight. But we are working very well as a team to try and improve more. And for sure, I said this already with the team, we are working and focusing also on next year to try and be competitive again." For George Russell, being outperformed by a rookie like Kimi Antonelli could spell trouble. The teenager not only offers a more cost-effective option, but also brings an advantage in youth, being 8 years younger than Russell. This dynamic could shift the balance in Antonelli's favour. If Russell fails to outshine his incoming teammate next season, his position at Mercedes could be in jeopardy. The team would likely hesitate to pay a premium for a driver who isn't consistently delivering, especially when promising young talents are emerging as viable alternatives. In other news, FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem remains unfazed, despite facing Max Verstappen's wrath yet again. In a defiant response, Ben Sulayem dismissed claims of turmoil within the governing body and fired back at critics, stating bluntly that how he runs the FIA is none of their business. Speaking publicly, Ben Sulayem brushed off the criticism ahead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Addressing the GPDA's demands, the FIA president was unshaken, dismissing any claims of disorder within the organisation. "None of their business. Sorry. With all respect, I am a driver. I respect the drivers. Let them go and concentrate on what they do best, which is race. This is our business. We'll do whatever is good for the FIA. So it's really none of people's business to interfere in ours. It's the results that we produce. Is Max Verstappen right to lose all respect for George Russell, or is he being too sensitive about the situation? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.